I just posted a blog post that talks about the traps of overfunctioning in a relationship. And this is when we have a partner who is unwilling to show up for us, to care for us, to love us, and to protect us in the ways that make us feel safe, to relax and to rest. And I know for me personally, as an overfunctioner, I turned into this woman that I didn't even recognize, and I quite frankly did not like at all, because I had so much resentment, because I honestly always had to ask, what was the purpose of his presence? I became bitter because there was a lack of reciprocity, of feeling protected and considered. And I was also jealous because he had honestly washed his hands of a lot of responsibilities that we were supposed to share as husband and wife. I was juggling the kids, the finances, the home, all the ins and outs and daily tasks and all those big and little things that honestly partners should be sharing amongst each other. And while I was juggling all of these things, I was also carrying a handful of shame because I couldn't handle it all. And in the other hand, I had a bunch of anger because I actually had to. And so then I started stuffing indifference and distrust into this huge ass bag of guilt. Guilt because I didn't want to feel these emotions because he was a nice guy. But we have to say the quiet part out loud, that two things can be true at the same time. They can be a nice person and also not be a great partner. And so I had to contend with the fact that he didn't personally try to hurt me, but the way he didn't show up emotionally did. The way that I got trapped in these cycles of overcompensating, overperforming, overgiving, all of these things to compensate for the ways that he was under functioning. And suddenly that bag of guilt became so heavy, it just burst wide open. And that is when I fully said enough. Right? That it was that moment that I was just like, the guilt cannot cover the things that just aren't good enough for me anymore. It doesn't matter that he's a good person if he's not good for me. And we have to be willing to say that out loud. That is the quiet part that we don't want to contend with, that society doesn't want to say. Like, these two things cannot coincide together in one person. Yes, they can be a great person. They can, do all these great things. But it doesn't mean that they are going to be a great partner for you. And trying to hold on to that potentiality when they are showing you the reality is just a huge recipe for resentment.